All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. It is week 11 of the Kubernetes 117 release. This is the Wednesday morning burn down. I am going to be your Sanker, and I will be your host today. Please be kind to each other and adhere to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct. And I think that's it. And we can get started with a nominal nod to enhancements.
Things continue to be green. No other updates besides that.
CI signal is looking pretty great too. Let's hear it.
Yeah, we're green as well. I think the master loops just look amazing. It's just like green from top to bottom, which is pretty much what you want to see. So that's pretty amazing. The informings are like not there yet, but there's like a couple of issues that we're tracking. There's actually one with 6 scheduling. You already got someone to like address that, so there's a PR. So I hope that will go to green soon. And yeah, there's the Windows jobs are still failing, but that's the case for the whole iteration. So I'm not sure that's gonna be fixed until the end of the iteration.
Yeah.
But it's not blocking the release. It's a test issue. So.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably mention those Windows jobs on the retrospective so the next team knows what to follow up on. But that's what I want to hear. This is too good. We're less than a week away from release date, and that's been pretty much the case for every release that I've been on. It's always been like super great 5 days out, and then anyway. I really, really hope it's going to stay great. Thank you so much for your hard work and all your following up on this. Do we have questions for for CI Signal?
Quick question. Looking at informing, I've been wondering this. I see that there's a 116 and 117 AKS engine Azure jobs. It looks like we actually need to remove the 116 job from informing. Is that correct, or is that just a mislabel, the wrong title for the job?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can follow up on that.
Okay, awesome. So in that case, I'll switch it over to, let's do some cleaning of the jobs again this time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, taking notes on that. Let's clean up. Thank you for noticing that, Jorge. I appreciate it. Bug triage with Kirsten today.
Sorry, it took me a while to find the window. So I marked this as green. We don't have any critical, urgent PRs or issues or important soon issues. There's 5 important soon PRs, but 4 of them are cherry picks, like automated cherry picks, and then one of them is a failing test, I believe. So that is still in progress. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But other than that, I marked it as green because we really haven't had any critical, urgent PRs or issues come in the past 24 hours since the last meeting, which is really nice. There's nothing to freak out about.
Yeah, that's awesome. It looks like that the issue on the failing test is quite a few recent comments.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to go ahead and ask on progress on that one because if we could fix that, I'll follow up with reviewers today.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you for the report.
No problem.
Any questions for bug triage? Let's see. Cherry pick. Those were all opened fairly recent. And they are literally all just waiting to be approved for cherry pick.
Yep, exactly.
So, we should go ahead and see if we can get approval on those because they might have an effect on the tests. So I'm a little bit concerned. I hope not, but the sooner we can get those merged, the better. So we should follow up on those.
Okay.
Is that something you can just kind of like ping the owners?
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem.
Awesome. I'll follow up on the test.
Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks, Gwen.
Thanks so much. All right. Cool. Let's see. Docs. Do we have anyone from Docs? All right, I'll follow up with Docs later. But as if yesterday was any indication, we're probably fine there. Release notes.
Hey, we are all green on release notes. RC2, both the release notes draft markup file and the patch notes for relnotes.case.io have been merged yesterday. So they're all updated, and the release notes edit message was sent out to all the SIG leads yesterday. So all green.
All right. Yep. I sent out a message this morning as well. It turns out no release leads read the posts about the release process on the release leads mailing list. So I'm actually super cranky about that, and we'll find a way to escalate.
Okay.
Let me know immediately if there's sluggish response on proofreading and acknowledging the release notes draft.
Will do.
Thank you. All right, comms. Anyone from communications? I will follow up later. Okay. Do we have any questions so far? I know I'm breezing through this. Awesome. Release branch management.
Everything is good so far. Hey, so yeah, so the cherry pick deadline was a few days ago, and everything looks good. There are a few more cherry picks coming in, but none of them look like they need to be included for .0.
Okay.
Yeah, the next thing I need to do is probably try to pin down a date for 117.1, but that is nothing you need to be concerned with right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it before the end of the year.
Okay. In that case, Kirsten, if you are still on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard.
Don't worry about following up on those cherry picks then. I wasn't quite clear if we were going to pull those into .0 or not.
No problem.
But it turns out, no.
Anyone specifically, Kirsten?
There was just that that one test PR that we weren't sure about.
Deflate pod readiness?
Yes.
Yeah, let me just pull it 1 second because I am slow.
It's good to make sure.
Didn't have coffee yet. It's the GCE costs beta serial test that's failing. It's an open issue right now, and then I think there will eventually be a PR for that, but I'm not really sure, like the ETA on it. But people are talking about it on the issue today.
All right, let me check that out real quick.
But actually, looking at it a little closer,
yeah, we might need to do something about this.
That is issue 85814, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's informing though, so I'm not majorly concerned.
Okay.
But it would be nice if we could pin it down.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm just agreeing very verbosely.
Yeah, I see there's a PR open. I'll subscribe to that and keep watch on it.
Is that a PR? That doesn't look like a PR.
There's a failing test issue, and then there's a PR linked at the bottom. 85900.
That's an issue, not a PR.
Oh yes! Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's what I was like. I'm not sure we're there yet.
Yeah, the new linked issue doesn't. It's not like in the milestone or with any sort of blazing labels either. So I'm not sure.
What's the job again?
I said the linked issue. Oh, who said
It's,
that?
GC costs Kate's beta serial.
Here.
I just dropped the yeah.
Yeah, thank you. There is an issue.
Yeah, that's been pretty bad over time.
Somebody marked it as a good first issue, and somebody commented 4 hours ago that they can have a try, which makes me think that it's not going to be quickly.
It's not pressing, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a good first issue if we're under a time constraint.
Someone removed the good first issue.
That's the person that said I can have a try, though.
Yeah.
So this is unclear.
Yeah, I can follow up on that if we want that test fixed. I mean, they claim it's a test issue. They claim that it's like when we move it to integration, it's gonna be good. I don't know if we can trust them on that, but
I would keep pushing on it.
Yep.
Just in case.
Okay. I pushed like 2 hours ago. I can push again. So cool.
Yeah. Let me write down that number. I can add more heat.
I kind of assumed it's a PR because he said it's going to be addressed soon. So
right, that's very misleading. Don't do that. Like, hi, I made a follow-up issue.
It's like nesting dolls of issues.
Exactly.
I'm gonna use this at work just to like push work around forever in a circle. I wonder how long I could get away with it. Huh.
Wait a second.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just for clarity and separating concerns. So
yeah.
But it's fun to mess with. All right, very cool. I see an extra comment. Thank you. Thanks for adding the milestone. Okay, cool. All right, do we have any updates from Claire?
Yeah, I think my only update is that we are missing about 2 roles for the 118 team, the lead role and then bug triage. Josiah is not on the call, so I will ping him over Slack just to see if he has a successor in mind he can nominate. Additionally, for any shadows and leads, expect a 117 experience survey coming out between now and release day, hopefully tomorrow, if I have enough cycles today to get that finished.
Do we have a person for the retrospective?
I basically asked yesterday and I haven't had the chance to follow up.
Okay.
A moderator, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think we've had a change of guard with the community meeting in general. So I put out I'll follow up on that today.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a Controvex person, by the way.
No, I just those are the people that I know. So I literally just asked for volunteers and suggestions.
Everyone that volunteered is currently on the release team.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would, I would honestly be fine with the release team lead shadows if any of them are interested in doing it. I would offer to do it, but I'm going to have lots of opinions, so I won't be able to keep time properly.
Yeah, one of the qualifications of the moderator is must be able to keep Gwen and Stephen quiet.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I think every moderator is going to fail in that then.
If you don't get any volunteers, I'm more than happy to help moderate because I don't think I'd have a lot to share this cycle.
That's super fair. Thank you for being a fallback. Yeah, I'll follow up on that. That brings me to my updates. The retro is scheduled for December 12th. That's Thursday at the time of the Kubernetes community meeting. The other thing, what was the other thing I was going to say? I will have the retro doc up sometime today or tomorrow. So think about what you want to put in the retrospective. Think about things that went well for you and your team. Think about things that can be improved. That doesn't necessarily mean just the team. One of the things I'm going to put on there is I need greater, faster responsiveness from SIG leads. So that can also be in the retrospective, even though we might not have the most amount of control over it. Should still be in there, should still be documented. Go over the retrospective action list from last release and see what we worked on, what we improved on, what we followed up on. And this is kind of more like a brain dump from me, so I will have something much more specific once the doc is up. But but Stephen is dying to also talk.
I'm going to try my best to drain everything in that list by the time that we hit the retro. I've gotten to the point where I've like shifted milestones for the things that are assigned to me, reassigned people where I don't need to be assigned anymore. And a lot of it looks like documentation and PM work at this point. So I'm going to try to drain through that. I would say moving forward, what we should probably do is make sure that the new emeritus advisor creates the retrospective list so that they can maintain it because they won't necessarily have edit access to the repo. And only doing AIs for a single release. Then maybe we can have an umbrella for all of the retros that links out to the individual AIs, AI issues. Right, so like one massive action items.
Thank you.
Yeah.
AI.
So we would have one massive umbrella that would track the AIs or track the issues for AIs across multiple release cycles, and then individual issues that are assigned to each of the emeritus advisors for each release cycle that have the release cycle specific AIs. I feel like I said the same thing 3 times in 3 different ways. So
I work off of a project board.
Yeah, so I think it would be easier to kind of like burn that stuff down if only one person holds it and if it is specific to the release cycle as opposed to capturing everything.
Maybe we can get like a PM role on the release team. I don't know. Or maybe that should be the lead. Who knows?
I would say that responsibility should be split across the leads and the emeritus advisor. I want to try to sweep your handbook as well by the time the release is out or just a little bit before the next one starts to fix some of the things in timelines and make sure some of the links are correct. Yeah, and have that as well as the emeritus advisor handbook so that we can try to squeeze some of the things that the release team lead doesn't necessarily need to do out to the emeritus advisor.
Sure. And timelines are really squishy. I actually like the way it's done right now because it gives like general trends rather than this is like the law this week. So, but we definitely need to clean up and update. So, okay, cool.
So stupid question. When is the retro?
It is next week, Thursday, December 12th. At 10 a.m. Pacific time. we probably won't be able to finish up everything if past releases are any indication. So a follow-up meeting I will schedule at an earlier time so that you all have half a chance of not eating dinner during the retro.
Speaking of that, there was an issue that was recently opened. I know, Elena, you already took a look at it, but talking about async tasks that we can do on the release team, right? And how we get that done, because it's kind of not great for all of the people who are non-US time zones to try to work and be synchronous during this meeting, especially as it hits burn down time. So
I will fully admit to not having been culturally aware because I asked people about which meeting times they'd be okay with, and I took silence as assent, and I should probably my advice for like future release team leads would be actually maybe just ask people to give anonymous feedback, just kind of.
Yeah, maybe we can make that part of the feedback survey. I think that's so this has been brought up multiple times, I think at least as long as I've been on the release team, or around the release team, and it's something that's hard to do, period. Like we're always going to bias slightly towards the people who are in the time zones that are most frequently. Yeah, right. So so it's hard to do in general. I told David, because he DM'd me and I said, listen, you run with it. I was like, you are assigned to this, you go run with it, because we need someone working on it that is not in a US time zone. So we're not applying our bias to whatever the process might be, right?
Yeah. Right. One of the things that I think we could simply do is we do have leads and shadows in different time zones. So it doesn't the lead doesn't have to be there, or the lead of each team doesn't have to be there at each meeting. So if we collaborate closely inside of our teams, and I think some of the teams are doing that more closely than others, but that way we can keep people updated and keep people posted without waking folks up at 3 o'clock in the morning or having them stay at work until way past dinner time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's also, I think we're going to see, I think it's really important to keep the synchronous meeting, or keep some synchronous meetings. I know in the past we've tried to do multiple meetings at skewed time zones and have the release team lead shadows run one of them if they're in like EMEA or APAC. What will probably end up happening is we'll see more reporting style things happen, right? So the same way the CI signal report gets sent out.
And the scalability update, yeah.
Exactly. So the expectation moving forward will probably be, hey, you need to make sure that your update is in by X date, because it'll be reviewed and you won't be at the meeting to comment on it. Right?
Okay, and in some sense, we've done that with docs most of this release, probably completely related to this issue. So, all right, it is 9:26, and I think we are through the stand up and we are through the open discussion. How are we feeling? Any more concerns? Any more questions? Overall, I think we're looking pretty great. I will yell at people over the release notes, because I love yelling at people.
I'm also going to send an email out regarding that stuff. It'll be a more general email about like, hey, SIG leads, like read the mail that you're specifically assigned to and expected to read as part of your role as a SIG chair or technical lead. So if there are things that you want me to drop in that note, let me know, because I'll send it before the end of the day.
Okay. Yep. We should just probably combine our efforts and use politics. And by that I mean being polite.
I dropped the note in all the SIG channels already, so
hopefully
you.
someone will get back to me. If I don't hear back in a couple hours, I will update the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks
My
so much.
pleasure.
All right. I think that's it for today. So I'm waving already.
Boardwalk? Do we want to do boardwalk, or are we happy?
It's Wednesday. It's a stand up.
Okay.
We might walk the board tomorrow or Friday or
Okay.
probably Monday. We've done it once a week. We want to give people.
Probably won't happen Monday since it's release day.
We will have a meeting on Monday.
People will be scrambling. Trust me.
All right, cool.
So
We might plan on it for Friday then.
Okay.
Good call. All right. Bye, everyone.
Peace out.